Hello, welcome to another one of Studio Central's live art demos. For those that don't know, Studio Central is part of Artbeat Studio, a nonprofit that is dedicated to promoting community wellness through art and creation. So Studio Central is our urban art studio where anyone 18 plus can come and make art. And if you can't be there in person, we have these videos for anyone that wants to join us in some of our art making. We are here at Upbeat Artworks Gallery, which is the gallery of works of artists that have gone through the Artbeat program. And since we have this opportunity, we are going to show off some of the artists. We have 2 bios we're reading today. Reading both bios? Yeah, so, and we're gonna show off some artists from the LGBT community and their related art to that, and we're gonna have a bit of a Pride-inspired art later. But for now, let's start with the artists. I'll flip the camera around and show off their work while Kate reads the bio.
Amber Boulay. Amber Boulay, born in Winnipeg in 1981, has a deep passion for hands-on creativity. This passion initially led them to explore crocheting, scrapbooking, and woodworking during junior high, eventually focusing on the latter at RCC. Recently, Amber has developed a keen interest in weaving ribbons to craft vibrant checkered patterns. Stretched canvases serve as the foundation for Amber's artistic process as he intricately weaves the ribbons onto the canvas, resulting in unique pieces of art. In a different approach, Amber opts to fix ribbons to cardstock. The creative method results in beautifully adorned covers for journals and notebooks, showcasing versatility in their artistic expressions beyond traditional wall hangings. Amber states that, "I'm fascinated with geometric design. Even my drawings are largely geometric. I enjoy knitting and ribbon weaving because the patterns are neat, tidy, clear, and reassuring. I've never enjoyed coloring outside the lines. Perhaps as I develop and with the ability to lean on and learn from others that Artbeat has provided, I may gradually decide to work outside the lines in the future." Beyond weaving, they also specialize in knitting mittens, showcasing a preference for the 2S LGBTQIA rainbow colors and the trans white, pink, and blue. On navigating challenges, Amber emphasizes a well-organized approach and reliance on humor. Their resilience, insightfulness, and meticulous perfectionism shine through in their artistic endeavors, reflecting a deliberate and careful creative process. Photo by Johnny Peters, bio by Michael Rennie.
Yes, and Amber is very meticulous and always developing their art. So with these ribbon notebooks, just seeing the progression of getting more and more clean and more efficient in creating them is so interesting to see. I'm pretty sure you can trust that they're pretty good quality journals.
And also, as we have a display, this is our new little display with Pride buttons and knits. And I want to show the bio, and I can also read it. For Luca Georgica, we have a new bio with Real Donkey. And this was chosen by the artist to show fun of life, the life the way it is. Luca Georgica. Proud Roma, Luca Georgica was born in Bucharest, Romania in 1987. His babyhood was fraught until he was adopted by a Canadian farm family near Stonewall, Manitoba in 1991. His grandmother was an artist fond of the Group of 7. From the age of 5, Luca was interested in jewelry, makeup and hair, the outdoors, painting body parts and anatomy, and speculative images of his birth mother. He later moved to Winnipeg and restarted art in earnest at age 14, moving naturally from acrylics to watercolors. Meanwhile, he started volunteering at the University of MB Poverty Awareness and Community Action Program, sharing his lived experience with prospective nurses and social workers. He's also the new Pride co-facilitator at the Rainbow Resource Center and the youth rep to various national poverty and wellness roundtables. My first time walking into Artbeat was like walking into RuPaul's Drag Race Art Edition, Lucas says. He paid back the validation he found at Artbeat by teaching workshops on beading and painting. I see color beyond color, says Luca, and I must do art every day. Luca's themes include imagery from the Romanian Revolution book, orca whales, harm reduction. See his images of the pigeon found in Winnipeg with a syringe in its mouth. The Roma whale, missing and murdered indigenous women, trans issues, and the creation of art. See his Last Supper of artists. He recycles materials, has developed a technique combining ink and watercolor, incorporates hand-stitched beading into his work, and has produced Raku balls to honor friends. Bio by Michael Rennie.
And there's
here's
Gary the
Gary.
donkey and Luca the human. So now that we've shown off some of the art that we're surrounded by, we are gonna do some art, and Kate is gonna lead us today as usual. I never remember to introduce myself. I'm always behind the camera, and then we have who is our guest today?
So what we are doing today is very, very personal. I do not limit it with rainbows. It's pride oriented. So whatever we do is what we can express, and I don't want to limit the self-expression of this matter. We have canvases, canvas boards, and a little tiny canvas right here. So you can choose any of that. We have acrylic paints, baby wipes as usual. I brought just small brushes. So it's the tiny canvas, but also there is an idea of drawing which does not include paint that is too thick. So we can just water it down a little bit, so it's easier to do drawing and painting. So it could be either or. Baby wipes is just a good thing to have. Good thing to have. Like for myself, it's always helpful. We got acrylic paint, so 2 different kinds. So you could choose whichever you want to choose from here. And we have all this. Lots of colors, because I know it can be a lot of colors for this thing.
And so we are doing Pride-inspired art today, but we also acknowledge that like different people have different experiences with Pride and anything related to it. So of course it has a different meaning a little bit to everyone. So this is just based on our experience and perspectives on Pride. But also do know that Artbeat is going to be in the Pride Parade. So if you want to help make some art for the parade, you can come to Studio Central anytime in the next week, and we'll probably have something on the go to work on. I just finished up writing on the banner today, so people can paint on that. And then you can also sign up to join us. You can email me events@artbeatstudio.ca if you want to join, and I'll send out the information. So that's exciting news. But it also came up with the challenge of like, what do we do for Pride? Still working on it a little bit.
For myself, it's still a lot of rainbows.
Yeah. I think. Yeah.
So I have white. So I need brown.
Brown? Dark brown or light brown?
It doesn't matter to me right here. I would prefer dark brown. This one, thanks for the choice.
Yes, you're welcome.
Yeah, so I have.
You're welcome to take from my selections.
Can I have a palette, please?
So I just need light blue. That's what's left.
There's a light blue here. There's also kind of a greenish one and a really light one here.
Maybe this one is actually better for what I'm doing.
What are you thinking of doing for your subject matter? Anyone have any ideas?
I have an idea to incorporate what Luca made, the buzz buttons, buzz tickets, into what I'm making. So I'm doing it right away.
I have no ideas yet.
I'm very indecisive. I find like I have a lot of connections with the queer community, but I haven't like delved too deep into it. So I like certain artists are really great at like expressing their experiences with it versus like I don't really know what I want to say necessarily when it comes to pride. Like I know, but I don't.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of different
It's like
details about it, right? So.
obviously like I'm all for
Right,
pride.
expressing something you cannot express
Yeah.
verbally.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
All right. I have all that. Have the colors I need. And the brush. I also have 2 paint markers just in case if you want to write something. And this one has light gray on one side and darker, but this black is not too definite, so it's for one purpose. And this is a very bright black, if it's possible. Yeah.
Sharp one.
Yeah.
Distinct.
Okay. I'm starting with a sticky outline.
I find this thing so hard to control. I just flipped the camera onto the ceiling for a second. Beautiful view. Inspo for today. I just want to zoom in. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Ooh, can I have a? I was like, can I have a paintbrush? Didn't think about it.
Talking about meticulousness. um, okay, so this one. So this is inspired by because this piece is already inspired by a story, real life story about Winnipeg transit drivers that do not always recognize trans people as people who are good looking, just because that looks a little bit different from.
Just not a case of judging a book by its cover.
Well, I'd say just not recognizing, because I would not say this person looks bad just because wearing different clothes. So,
It's just got a very loud style, that's all.
yeah, so loud style is not bad. Not for myself, not at all, because it looks bright. It makes our reality a little bit more interesting. And yeah, it's the personality that has to be expressed. This way, yeah. So one thing is how a person dresses, and another thing is what a person is.
Having trouble getting started?
Yeah, I'm having artist block for sure.
That's a very like, broad subject. It's almost like spoiled for choice, right? What do I draw?
And I feel like a lot of like pride like imagery, especially the rainbow, has just been taken by a lot of corporations. Like that doesn't mean it doesn't still represent what it does. I think it's important to keep that, but at the same time,
It's been a little sullied.
yeah, you want to have like I want to be more like sincere than that.
It's so quiet. Must mostly because of the rain outside.
The rain is affecting how I feel about today,
Me too.
and considering that it's end of May, I would not be so upset in February with weather like this, but today I have a full right to be a little bit upset in the sunshine.
You always do. I'm actually not as bothered by the rain as I normally am. I don't know why.
That's nice.
I think because I've been keeping my window open, and like even when it rains, I'll keep it just like a crack open so I can hear the raindrops really well, and it's so soothing.
Oh, that's nice.
I like it when I'm at home, and I don't feel bad about
Yeah.
that. When I need to go out, I need to go out.
It doesn't rain right now.
Although with the rain, I have seen lots of rainbows recently.
Oh, nice.
There's this nice big one downtown the other day. I guess it wasn't just downtown, it was over the whole city.
We were downtown.
But I was downtown and I had a good view of it, and it went like right across the sky.
Oh, wow.
Winnipeg gets a lot of rainbows. I was surprised of how many rainbows you can
Yeah.
see through the year.
Yeah, I always get a little excited when it's like raining, but it's still like light out. I'm like, where is it? Where is it gonna be?
Just gotta get the right angle.
Mm-hmm.
Those rainbows are science.
Yes.
Decided to do a squiggly rainbow because not everybody's doing it, including mine. The squiggly rainbow is straight or obvious.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Or singular. It's gonna be repeating. So.
I'm just currently smushing colors onto my canvas. I don't know. It's funny. I'm lucky enough that I had an upbringing where, like, anything with, like, the LGBTQSQIA plus community, like, it was never, like, a bad thing. It wasn't, like, a huge thing, but it just, was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I never really had to worry too much about that stuff,
That's really great.
which is very lucky for.
Open and very
Mm. I would say it's really good to just have people around that you can discuss things without being afraid. I say in some of this, and you're with me, or and I cannot complain. Always had a girl that was very understanding about people around.
Yeah.
Well, that also who you choose to talk to, about things. And if a person is not understanding, just
Don't need
what can I do?
Also focus on it.
It was hard for me to actually talk about it.
I know, it is a challenge. I was practicing the ukulele the other day, and I can't sing when I play. I can't even have a conversation when I play.
Can you sing when you don't play?
Yes, sing when I don't. I cannot sing when I play at the same time.
Yeah, it's challenging. I can't imagine trying. I'm not the best at multitasking.
Not my favorite thing to do. My brain doesn't like multitasking. But
It's
there's
also,
one
it's
thing.
also nice to just be able to focus on one thing.
Mhm.
Okay, so where's the art piece? Let's start.
I think the writer would only have one thing to focus on. Makes it much more pleasant.
Mm-hmm.
I'm finding this quite meditative.
Mm-hmm.
I like seeing the color palettes with all the colors on them.
I know, I love palettes. It's so fun seeing them. It's amazing looking at a palette and then imagining what's been created by it.
also love seeing how like everyone like uses theirs differently. Like mine is always like I blend my colors on my palette and I never fully blend my colors either.
Okay.
So my palette always ends up being very messy, but then some people will just like pick into a color and they blend it on their painting. It'll be all clean, pristine.
Mine will be either or. It's either one or the other. It's either clean, like mine's pretty clean right now, or it's just a disaster. Usually a disaster if I'm mixing colors.
No idea what I'm doing.
Sometimes it's fun.
Yeah.
I sometimes don't want to have any idea.
Yeah. Just free flow.
Rather than being stuck in one thing. I always want to look like it's melting across the page.
I am not sure if I want it to be really looking like a bus ticket or just a little bit of a reference.
It's looking good right now. I like that it's like clear but also like not like a
Like it's not an exact replica.
yeah.
It's an homage.
I have this habit when I'm working to squint at the canvas, which is like a technique that is generally used to like check the composition and everything. But I don't know, I feel like it helps me see what I'm doing better, or like with a more objective point of view. Be like, oh, what does this look like?
Does it change your focus at all?
Well, it makes it blurry.
Okay.
So like you don't see the details as much,
Oh,
and you kind of see the whole
yeah,
like
more
the thing
of
as
the
an
shapes and
overall.
colors.
Yeah. Take some color.
Yeah.
It is 1:30.
Yeah, so we're half time. Actually, we will finish this before.
I did not plan to start with something that I cannot finish, but yeah.
It happens sometimes.
I mean, I don't.
So I chose the smallest canvas. Let's please finish this piece today.
It's finished when you say it's finished, you know?
Yep. I've gone through the whole rainbow because my paint water is brown.
It's kind of disappointing that when you mix all the colors together, it makes brown.
Yeah.
Like, that's coming from someone who loves, like, the color brown, where it's like, you think you put every color together, you get a more colorful color. Not how it works, unfortunately.
Nope.
Learned that much too fast.
Yeah. Oh, that's a lot of pink.
Oh my god. Oops. Yeah, this one I bought it.
Oh yeah, Dollar Tree.
Yeah. Oh no, it's not this one. It's the other one. No, I just accidentally poured it.
Yeah.
It happens. Oh. I was trying to think what happened. No, it's just my hands.
I'm
And
always
my brain.
very worried about, like, using too much paint. But then sometimes, like, when you have leftover paint, it's, like, the funnest paint to use because it's, like, there's no pressure. You just use the paint up.
I do that with my inks. I try to do as many pieces as possible with the inks that I've set out. Because like they're not cheap, right? So,
No.
and then by the end I have like 13 different pieces and it's like, okay, this is a series now. The series of blue and pink or whatever colors I could pick that day. pipe is a little more colorful than the water. That's fun.
That's beautiful. That's your second piece of art, right?
Looks like
Yeah.
flowers. I love it. That's my other favorite thing to look at when I'm done painting is my paint towels. Because I always end up dabbing ink off with my paintings. So it's like they end up so colorful. It's like, what color is it going to be? Because they always mix them.
Everything is just amazing. Look at that. I don't know if it looks like something. I don't know if I want to leave any of that. You start something and then you just don't want to go with it.
Yeah.
And sometimes it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
Could be just a little piece out of there that you don't need. But it's good to start, you know, it just gives me the opportunity to start with something.
Starting is the hard part. It's
Yeah.
true.
Whether it's chores, art, change. Starting is the hard part.
The nice thing about I think once you do start is it's a lot easier to change what you've done than it is to again, change. Starting is the hard part. So once you're started, you're like, oh, that's not right, and you just fix it. It's not a big deal. Versus when you're dwelling on it and you're like, but what if it's not right? And you're like, then you fix it.
Yeah, we get up all in our heads about it. There's no need for it. How much time are we on?
We are at 1:45-ish.
I'm calling the quarters apparently.
A good sense of time, yeah.
That's the mom version. Used to keeping kids in bed. So wait a minute, 15 minutes until you gotta leave. almost 13, so we started to get into the time management program.
13 is the worst year. I think if you know a 13-year-old, give them a pat on the back and say, you're not 13 forever.
Yeah. No, I'm telling that Ricky, it's not forever.
Yeah.
It'll get better.
I just remember like 13 was like one of the hard years, and then like just the year after, you know, I was talking to friends and they were like, I really had a rough time at 13, and they're like, me too, but like at that point you like don't know to talk about it.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's
You
like-
think you're the only one.
I feel like that's kind of when you like gain consciousness is 13.
Yeah, it's around there, I think. It's very, very close to there for most people, I think.
I find it hard to work with rainbow colors, not because I don't like them, but because I am the worst for blending. Like I like half blending it, and like I never clean my brush, which ends up very messy.
I can see how that would happen.
And as we mentioned earlier, when you mix the rainbow,
It doesn't
it's
end up
brown.
It doesn't end up pretty.
No.
It should.
Unless we're talking light.
And then you end up with like a iridescent color. So that's probably what our brains are trying to do. Is mix the light, not the paint.
Because when you mix paint, it gets darker. When you mix light, it gets lighter. Just listen to the distant sounds of the mall,
Yeah.
trying to figure out, is that a talking duck?
Is it a talking child? Is it a talking robot of some kind? That sounds like a megaphone.
It's human, but with a twist.
Yes, definitely.
Not sure.
Not sure if quite, only human.
Yeah. Is it a speaker? Is it?
An iPad. It was an iPad. Oh no.
This whole time it was an iPad.
Okay, now I need to come back to the ticket itself and read you what I was doing. So that's
We're embracing impressionism in this.
very ladylike.
Ooh. I think my one thing I don't like about this painting is like I didn't bother doing anything like pretty much thought into the colors.
Oh, I see.
So I would have maybe done softer colors and maybe been more careful with blending. Because as I said, I never clean my brush.
Something you get in a habit of, right? When I'm using inks, I very rarely don't clean my brush.
Yeah, well, like normally, like I'll have a color palette and I'll be like blending between colors, so it kind of like it's not as big of a deal.
Yeah, it works.
Unless I'm like swapping a notable color.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're using every color,
Yeah.
every swap is a notable color. So. Like the more I just keep adding spots and it feels less empty, the better.
That's impressionism. You just keep tapping away on it.
Exactly.
You just
I
keep
love
tapping away.
impressionism. I always say my art is inspired by impressionism, so then I can justify why everything is just dots. Pointless.
Did you guys ever find Hansel
No.
over there? Is that what you do? My brain is having trouble reversing the rainbow.
How do you say Roy G. Biv backwards?
Range? I have no clue.
I mean, it's hard enough to say it forward.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, moving one.
Thank you. I'm almost there yet. It's very colorful.
Thank you.
Mine is already
Yeah.
not good looking. Clean the colors if I can.
close.
That's perfect, because you're right. 153.
Oh, nice.
Some days you just have more energy to yap than others, and today's not that day.
No,
Obviously not.
no. Today is just a quiet day.
To contemplate about.
It's so fast.
I just keep listening. People pass by with
Yeah.
all kind of stories they're listening to.
Oh yeah, sometimes the conversations, the people watching is fun sometimes.
Yeah, it's a good place for that.
Especially when you hear the same people walk back a second time after they got their lunch. You get to hear the continuation of the same conversation. It's always a good time.
Or you come to the confusing turn that their conversation turned into, and you're like, how?
Yes.
How did this happen?
How did you get here from me?
What do we have planned for next week's live? Do we have anything yet?
I did not stop on any ideas except the medium is not acrylic,
Okay.
just because I want to get some rest from acrylic.
Yeah. We'll throw out that it is my birthday next Friday.
Nice.
So we should do an Ollie themed workshop. Just
What
all
would you see as
paintings
an
of
olive theme?
all paintings of my face. I say these things, then I regret them because I actually should.
Because then people actually do them when you look.
People actually do it, and you're like, I was joking.
Because you know,
I just think
ideas.
just think it's funny to joke about being extremely conceited. But then people support you, and you're like, no,
Wait a minute,
no,
that's not what I meant.
No. What happens when you come from a too supportive community? No, don't support my ridiculousness. Or I guess maybe that is like the not supporting is the like
Calling you
or like yeah, the compliance is like
You asked for it.
you asked for it, now you get it. No. I was kidding.
Tough love. Yeah.
I need to add something, because when I thought of Ollie, it was all about birds and flies.
It's true. I've branded myself well here. People know what I'm about. It's bears and cute things and bread.
Very aesthetic things.
Yes.
Old fashioned, vintage aesthetic. Yes, that's very.
I'm like very vocal about what I like so people, get it, Like some people might not want to be like branded into a box. I'm all for it. If I get to make the box myself.
Everybody to know it.
If I get to make the box myself, I'm all for it.
So here's my second one. It looks a little like yours. Flowers like yours. And then the first one,
Oh, look at these colors here.
right? They turn out so pretty.
It's like better than tie-dye.
Yes.
Well, I'm pretty happy with how that turned out.
Make sure the camera.
It's kind of like one of those melted wax crayons.
Oh, it does. Oh, it looks so vibrant. Here's mine. It's also rainbow,
Very
obviously.
rainbow.
Well, mine, here's my concept statement. It's just, for me, not only do I love flowers, but I feel like they're a great symbol of like the beauty and diversity, because there's so many diverse flowers, and they're all so lovely, and I love them all. I'm saying this as I'm not showing anything on the camera. And then I just put a little flag in the middle, just because I think one of the sentiments I like is like how just simply putting up like a pride flag is just a very subtle, like quiet way to say like, you're welcome here, you know? So I just wanted it like kind of lost in the field almost.
I like it.
And just like, we're here, you're welcome. You're welcome here.
My idea is coming as someone else's idea, based on someone else's idea. It's just showing what was thought through by someone else, but it was not thought by me. So I just took it purely visually.
But you're inspired by, and it's very beautiful. It looks very like passionate. Also, I would like to clarify, I don't know how to paint a pride flag.
I
You
don't
think-
know which direction the colors
You
are
think it would
going.
be easy because it's like a rainbow, but then you're like, I can't remember the specific shades.
Yep.
So this is my rainbow that represents all pride flags.
So what I have right now is not a complete piece, not finished yet, but I can show
It's
you.
beautiful.
It looks like something already. Just brush it up a real tiny bit. So yeah, it needs some brushing up definitely.
Oh, it's beautiful. No, I love it.
I think it's great.
It's
I really
like
love
so-
the colors you used.
Again, it feels passionate.
Okay, I will be working on it today and we'll see the result. Might be looking different than now. Might be.
We shall see.
Yes. So we will end it there for today.
Bye.
Have a good weekend, everyone. We'll see you next week.